Hey, before radio listeners, this is Larry, aka Blue Man Rule, and I'm here with William from Geeks for the Win behind the camera. And we are over here at Moving Hazard, and I have with me Christian Cantamessa. How you doing, Christian?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fantastic, man. Hey, just got a chance to play it. Really enjoyed it. I think you guys will like it. So can you please, for me, explain to them the inspiration for Moving Hazard?
Of course. So Moving Hazard is the elevator pitch is Counter-Strike meets The Walking Dead. And before you can say, oh no, not another zombie shooter game, let me add that there's a hook to the game, and the hook is that you can actually weaponize the zombies and turn them into your allies to attack your enemies. Mm-hmm. So fundamentally, we have a world that it's built on the milieu of zombies, which are these great creatures. To me, they're like the modern equivalent of the Frankenstein monster or Dracula, like something that's here to stay and is a trope in its own right. And Rocco and I, Rocco Scandizzo is the co-creator with me of Moving Hazard. We just wanted to create something in the world of zombies, but also contribute our own original ideas to the conversation because so much great work has been done. So we started thinking, what could we do? What are two questions that we always have about these stories? And one question was, where do the zombies come from? Because we see a lot of these stories, we read them in the books and comic books, watch the movies, but you never really know where the virus comes from. And the second question we had was, what happens to the military? Right. In a lot of these stories, they're just disbanded, they're completely gone. Sometimes they're holed up in a building, like in 28 Days Later, and that's great. It works for those stories beautifully. But we wanted to kind of show an empowered military instead of a debilitated military. Right. And so actually by focusing on the military, we answered both questions. The zombies are created by the military. They're created as a weapon of mass destruction. Imagine sort of like an Agent Orange-like compound that the military plans on dropping over their enemies, over these encampments, and just basically turn them into cannibalistic hordes that just eats each other. And that's the grand plan. So they create weapons, chemicals, and pheromones to kind of control these creatures, small groups, because they don't think they're going to be too many anyway, so that they can, recognize friend and foe, and they can be kind of corralled and controlled. And then, of course, the moment the weapon is deployed, something goes wrong. The virus mutates inside the human body, becomes airborne, starts flying around, and before you know it, it's the zombie apocalypse. Now, the game takes place 50 years after the outbreak. Society has collapsed, the governments have gone. What has remained, though, is the military, because they knew it was coming, they knew how to handle it. And so the world is divided into these sort of militarized zones. We call them city-states. They're basically former bases that have expanded their territory and they've been walled up by the military. They've created their own governments, and you're either in or you're out. If you're in, you're a citizen of one of these city-states, and if you're out, you're like a wasteland inhabitant that is living literally day by day hoping to survive. But if you're out there in the middle of nowhere and you want to join one of these city-states, you have to serve. You have to enlist in their military ranks and fight your way to citizenship. So that's kind of the world of Moving Hazard.
Okay, so you guys actually took a more in-depth approach at society after it breaks down, and actually went into so far as city-states, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we'll say to people, because I like the mechanic of the game, because it's not just you against the zombies, right? I like the mechanic of the game where there's other intelligent players in there. What brought you down to the team-based approach to this?
We kind of, as we were trying to figure out what type of game to make, we wanted to make a shooter. We definitely wanted the zombies to be in there, of course. And then we got inspiration from an episode of The Walking Dead where you have Rick's team on one side in the prison, the governor team on the other side. They're shooting each other, and the zombies are in the middle, just wreaking havoc and just killing everyone. And so we're thinking, we're massive fans of The Walking Dead, and we're thinking that scenario humans versus humans with the zombies in the middle would work really well with our idea of the zombies are a weapon. The zombies are a weapon of mass destruction. So now each of these factions is not just trying to run away from them, is actually trying to turn them almost like a ping pong game. They're trying to turn the zombies onto each other, and that we thought that would create a really interesting shooter mechanic.
Yeah, it's a very good dynamic, and it's really cool. I really encourage people to get out and check it out. So when, I don't know if you guys have a date, but when can people kind of expect it if you have a quarter nailed down or anything?
So we're going to be out on Steam Early Access in about a month for PC. So people will definitely be able to join us in the Early Access phase of the game, and in fact we would love to have the community help us balance the game and give us feedback. And then a few months after that, we'll have our proper release again on Steam at a premium price point.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Christian. I really appreciate it. Good luck. Game looks good, feels good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, everyone, this is it for Moving Hazard. This is it for day 1 of PAX South 2016. Go ahead and check us out at OpenForumRadio.com. That's all for me, Larry, aka Blue Man Rule. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Deuces. All right, Christian, what's your last name?
Cantamessa.
Cantamessa?
Yeah.
Cantamessa, C-O-U-N-T?
C-A-N-T-A-M-E-S-S-A.
Okay, Cantamessa.
They'll
Is that
give you
Italian?
It's Italian.
Yeah, I thought so.
They'll give you a
Cantamessa.
bio.
All right.
I've been in the industry a while, and now I'm consulting with them. I was the lead designer of Red Dead Redemption, and I was the lead writer of Shadow of Mordor.
Love that game. Love Red Dead. So, yeah.
Now I'm a freelancer, and I'm a consultant with the PsyOp, the company that developed this game, and I came up with a concept with that guy.
All right.
So,
fantastic.
Tag team.
All right.
You have all the info, so.
All right.
What community sounds like. Stay open.